Hi, everybody. It is your favorite time of the year, New Year's Eve, but also it's your favorite time of the week, which is Star Trek Tuesday. It is time for the main viewer. We're going to talk about all of the highlights of 2024. What was the biggest moment Star Trek related in all of 2024? Was it a casting announcement? Was it an episode? Was it a scene in an episode or the return of a specific character in a series? Or was it some other kind of maybe you purchased a really cool Star Trek magazine that you want to share with the rest of us? Whatever it was, we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about what to look forward to in 2025. Well, here's the key. Is there that much to look forward to in 2025 Star Trek related? And I know if any one of us here can come up with a few extra things, it's Matt, the Matt Boardman. The Matt Boardman is here, everybody.
Yay.
Hello, hello, hello.
Woo.
Hey, thanks for having me. Yeah.
Also, everybody, Melissa Longo is here.
Hi there. How's it going?
Cool Riza and Chill shirt.
Look at those legs.
And Joy, everybody. Joy is here. Look at her, Joy Lee.
Hello.
My name is Ryan T. Husk, everybody. Oh, my nickname is Joy in French, actually. My mom calls me Joy. And
Oh.
so and I just really made that connection. It was so funny because when she would yell at me, she would still call me Joy. So it's just kind of like a weird thing in French. She'd be like, Joie, and I'd be like, you call me Joy. Anyway, I don't know why I just realized that, but cool name. Let's say hi to everybody in the live chat. Paul Brulo, what's up? Glenn Iverson, Joel, Mark on B. Linda Anderegg is also hanging out with us. Greg Kenzo, LO, he says, we just saw you on a Seventh Rule recording. This guy was braving the elements for us. Cool guy, braving technology and the elements out in Hawaii. William Wells is here, who runs a really cool Facebook group. He says, too many celebrities passed away. That's true. It was a rough one in 2024. Ananzi the Spider is here. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Joshua Reeve, what's up? Fran Iverson, hello. Bob D, 3D Obsession, what's up? Sorry that we're in 2D.
That's the name of my cologne.
Obsession or 2D?
3D Obsession. No, it's not really.
3D
3D
Obsession?
3D Obsession, for the nerdy VFX.
Wow.
I feel like a 3D obsession is somebody that loves watching Total Recall
Oh,
with Sonia Gomez.
I enjoy that movie.
Right? 3D. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
Moving on from that one. Everybody, please make sure you like this video. You don't have to like the jokes. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon for notifications. If you're listening in, give us a nice 5-star rating and a good review. We'd really appreciate that. First and foremost, everybody in the live chat, let us know, what are you planning to do for New Year's Eve? Besides hanging out with us here, what are you planning to do the rest of the evening? What are you doing, Melissa? I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to hang out.
I'm hanging out and gonna see. Well, it's probably too dark now, but I've been playing in the garden, the front garden lately.
Oh.
And I was hoping to do that after this, but I'm not. So I'll be doing some painting and some drawing and maybe celebrating with my roommates.
Hey, that sounds
Wow.
fun.
It's like 10 times as much as I'm doing. Are you guys doing anything, Joy or Matt?
No,
Chilling.
just gonna chill.
Sounds
Yeah.
nice. There's too much pressure on New Year's Eve to do something. Kind of like Halloween. Like suddenly I forgot that it was even today. So suddenly it's like upon you and you're like, oh, am I supposed to, is there like do we have to do something? Or can we just like
Well,
whatever?
yeah. Well,
Did your
I feel
families
like
have any
living
traditions?
in.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Lisa.
No,
Living in
I was
LA.
just gonna say, living in LA, there's no getting around doing something because there's going to be fireworks and there's going to be lots of noise and there's going to be
And that's just on
loudness.
this show.
So, um,
This is
so
actually how
when's
I'm going to spend my night right
your-
here, eating these bad boys.
Oh, I
Oh,
freaking love those.
what?
Wait, what's do
You
they have Monterey
are
Jack?
celebrating. Are you
Oh, look, there's a
kidding?
new.
No
Mm.
way. That looks
Although
Ooh.
Melissa showed me that they now have this plant-based one, right? These
Mhm.
baby bell.
Mm,
And I feel terrible saying this, but it didn't do it for me.
it just didn't.
They're not
That's
as
such a
good
bummer.
as the
Such a bummer.
because they have an aftertaste.
Oh,
Is it a good aftertaste?
Not really.
Oh.
not so much.
Okay. Well, where do you guys want to start? I want to know what everybody's doing for New Year's Eve. So I need somebody to burn a minute while I type in the poll, type
Well,
the
usually
Okay.
like.
in my family, we used to,
Yes.
when I was growing up, we would always get Chinese food on New Year's Eve. So that's
Ah.
like our family tradition
Nice.
to when I was growing up, the town that we lived in had this little Chinese restaurant, and we would order that and just watch movies, and it's actually still a tradition that my family does today. So
Nice.
Wow. That sounds
Right.
fun. Now I want Chinese food.
I know I
Yeah,
was sitting there thinking, I was like, oh man,
what's your go-to, Matt?
oh man, I am a big General Tso's chicken.
I like that too.
Mm.
But there is, and I don't know if this is everywhere, but at least in Michigan, it was a thing. It was called almond chicken, but it was made different than other places. I mean, essentially, it was like a breaded chicken patty with a type of gravy and almonds thrown on top of it. I don't know. It
Wow.
was so good, but I've learned that not everywhere they don't make it that way everywhere else.
Never
Mm-hmm.
seen that.
But that was always a favorite.
Did you guys
Wow.
get fortune cookies and read the for the
Yeah,
Ah.
year?
yeah.
Well, that's a good New Year's tradition too.
Yeah.
Fortune cookies. Let's break them open. Woohoo. Joy, do you have any New Year's traditions?
I don't. I just like to chill. That's like the
Nice.
best for
Nice.
me.
Then you're gonna love
Yeah.
this poll because the question is, what are you doing tonight? And the options are same as I do every night, chill, or I'm gonna go nuts, party, a beverage or two with a person or two, or what's today? Those are
I like that
what's
one.
yeah. I literally forgot today was New Year's Eve today. I thought it was maybe tomorrow-ish, but I guess that's New Year's
Mm.
Day. Is everything closed tomorrow?
Shouldn't
I
be.
don't think everything, but a fair amount of stuff might be.
Like the gym?
It's a holiday.
It's a bummer. Okay, so everybody's voting on that. Well, Melissa,
Hmm.
before we get into everybody else and what they thought about 2024, let's
Uh-huh.
just throw out some, bless you. Let's just throw out some
Gesundheit.
highlights, some general highlights of 2024. Like I can say, for example, you know, the penultimate episode of Lower Decks had
Oh
some
my gosh.
gigantic cameos. And
Yeah.
so, I might say that for me, the highlight of the year was, Lower Decks final season. Or I could say it might be episode 9, or I might just say specifically seeing T'Pol.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
it could be that specific because that is you could really pinpoint it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I also thought a huge highlight was back in July, everybody going nuts to support the heck out of Prodigy.
Oh
All the
my gosh.
review shows, everybody just watching as much as they could in the months leading up to the release, which I think was July 1st,
Hmm.
something like that.
Yeah.
And all that. I mean, there were a lot of big things. We had a lot of big announcements, like
Hmm.
Robert Picardo in Starfleet Academy
Yeah.
and Paul Giamatti and
Uh-huh. Holly Hunter.
Holly. I always want
Holly
to call her Helen
Hunter.
Hunt. What do you got for us, Melissa? You got some gigantic highlights for you personally?
Well, you've highlighted many of them. The penultimate episode of Lower Decks is probably one of my favorite Star Trek episodes ever. Because we did get to see T'Pol. Yay, we got her back.
Yeah.
And we also got to see Lily Sloan, who was reprised by Alfre Woodard, who is one of my favorite actors in Hollywood. So I love her. Her performances are always nuanced no matter what she's in. Um and then but Lower Decks is such a wonderful show, and I love that show, and I'm so grateful that we got as much of Lower Decks as we have, and I do hope that we get more of it in some capacity in the future, whatever that looks like. Also, Prodigy is one of my favorite Star Trek series ever. I think it does Star Trek so well, but so does Lower Decks. They both do. Anyway, but we got to see Chakotay again, which was
Hmm.
wonderful. And Robert Beltran reprised his role and did such a wonderful job. And it doesn't matter if we see Janeway and Chakotay on screen or off or in animation, they always have this chemistry. And I'm not necessarily talking romantic chemistry, but they just have this genuine chemistry that they work so well together. And I loved seeing that in Prodigy. I love the cast of Prodigy. I think they're fantastic. The the whole storytelling of Prodigy was fantastic. I am getting more and more excited about hearing things from Starfleet Academy, like Holly Hunter being announced, because she too is another favorite actor of mine.
I
Um,
believe it's pronounced Helen Hunt.
Holly Hunter, and also Tatiana Maslany. She was in Orphan Black, and I love her. She's such a wonderful performer as well. And just hearing the cast of Starfleet Academy is getting me really, really excited because I'm excited to see Robert Picardo back as well, and Tig Notaro back as well, and uh Paul Giamatti, he's fantastic. So yeah, we got a lot of fun stuff this past year as far as Star Trek goes.
You know, before we go all the way around to everybody, Melissa, you actually sent in a fun little article on this. This is perfect. We should have started with this. Ryan needs to do his homework. This is from our good friends over at trekmovie.com. Is this why you were going like this, Melissa? You're like, dude, bro, we have an article on this.
Oh.
Here it is. Trekmovie.com says the best of Star Trek 2024. Let's see what they've got here. Oh, cool. There are episodes.
Mhm.
Best episode of Discovery,
Oh,
Face
that
the
was good.
Strange.
That was good.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Wow, that's right. And I remember when they were teasing it, they just said it was just like a whole bundle of weirdness. And it was a lot of fun. Oh, this is great. And then there's little blurbs by individual writers. Our
Yay.
good friend Laurie Ulster.
Woohoo, woohoo.
The best episode of Prodigy, Last Flight of the Protostar, Part 1.
I
Oh,
love
Chakotay.
that. Yeah,
How gorgeous that
love
is.
that. Hmm.
Man, the artistry is always amazing on that show.
So
The
good.
best episode is, do we have another, Prodigy season possibly happening, or do we think that's
I don't
up in the air, or
know. I don't
it's,
know.
I don't think we know anything yet.
Mm-mm.
Best episode of Lower Decks, Starbase 80. That was a fun one, huh?
That was a fun one.
Freaking
That was
boilers.
fun.
Best cameo. I'm with you on this one. Laurie Ulster, Jolene Blaylock in Lower
I
Decks.
love her.
So great.
We love her. Loved
Curzon.
Paul.
Mm-hmm. Ah, here we go. I know this was going to be
Yes.
Matt's answer. I was just, he's waiting to say this.
Oh,
Best bonus
yeah.
content
Yeah.
unification.
Yeah. I should have mentioned that too, but Matt can mention it.
There's a lot of that's what's funny about this is the more you think about it, the more things pop up where you go, oh yeah, this happened and that
Right.
happened and this and that.
I loved
Best
them.
surprise, big stars cast for Star. Well, these guys are doing our work for us. This is great.
But we
Uh,
might have differing opinions. So this is fun and
you guys
this
know
is fun to
differing
remind
opinions are
us.
not allowed in Star Trek social media. That does not,
Ah.
they do not welcome. No, 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 no. You're such a noob. You are such a noob. You are not allowed to have
Oh
different opinions.
man.
Oh man.
Uh,
Oops. Sorry.
best best novel, TOS, Lost to Eternity. Oh, that's interesting. It
Ooh.
says the competition for best novel was fierce, Sasha Fierce, that is, with a small pool of excellent contenders. But this year, Greg Cox's Lost to Eternity had it all: a rollicking TOS adventure, an alien first contact, and a podcast. Oh, exploring the mystery of what happened to Gillian Taylor in
Oh,
1986 when she seemingly disappeared off the face of the earth, throwing a whole lot of Savick, both on the cover and in one of three timelines covered in the book, and a smoky Klingon assassin in another. And you've got a winner. Okay.
nice.
Smoky
That's
Interesting.
Klingon
awesome.
assassin.
I
All
love
right.
that Savick is getting so much love.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
Robin
I
Curtis is amazing.
she is. She's so wonderful. If you ever are at a convention and Robin Curtis is there, go say hello because she is just so lovely. She is so, so lovely. Go talk to her. Say hello.
Best nonfiction book, Open a Channel, A Woman's Trek.
Oh,
Originally asked to
Oh.
write a coffee table book about the impact of female Star Trek characters. Oh, that sounds kind of rude. The Nana visitor, DS9's Kira Nerys, understood the assignment but decided to take the idea a whole lot further. In her expansive book, she looks at the fictional women of Star Trek and talks to as many of the actresses who played them as possible, looking at what life was like for them during production and what they felt their roles were within society and their own circles. It's a book about how women fit into the world or don't, as well as
mm,
how far we've come and how far we've yet to go. And it is likely to get you thinking and talking about your own history, no matter what your gender, in a way you haven't done before.
that's great.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Wow, there's more. These guys. Best comic series arc, Defiant. Hell is only a word.
Ooh.
Sometimes there's an apostrophe and it gets auto-corrected.
I know.
Worf, Rolaren, Belana Torres. Well, that's fun.
It is fun.
Nice.
Beautiful. Best individual comic issue, Chief O'Brien and Geordi. Data. Cool.
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't that cover by JJ Lendl?
This one?
Yeah, I didn't he do a
Mm.
bunch? I thought that
He
might
did
be
do
his.
something. He did do, it wasn't, I don't think it was that, but he did
Oh,
do
okay.
something, right?
Yeah, he's fantastic too.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, everybody, Melissa found a nice image for tonight. Everybody,
Oh,
let this be our emblem for tonight. There it is.
That's perfect.
woohoo!
The data
Yeah,
Okay,
smart.
it's so
For the
cute.
more
Good find, Melissa.
Lore. Oh, thank you.
let's see if there's anything left before we move forward into our discussion. Best home video release. Wow, this just keeps going.
Yeah.
What is this? Oh, Star Trek Discovery, the complete series. Wow.
Hmm.
Very nice. Beautiful.
I love that cover.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, she is stunning.
The camera loves some Sonequa Martin Green. Like
Yes,
Yes,
the
it
it
camera
does.
loves her, dude.
100%.
Yeah. And that jacket she's wearing, gosh, woo, I want one of those.
Best home video season release, Star Trek Prodigy Season 2.
Yep.
Our buddies.
Aw, they're so cute. Don't you just want to hug all of them?
Uh-oh. Best
I got
merch,
me one of
Moopsie
those.
plush.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Oh, fun.
That's so
Oh,
cute.
see.
Best oh, you better watch your okay, cool. At STLV, we'll take it. That's all I saw was best convention. I'm like, you guys better. Okay, they did. Okay. This year's Las Vegas Creation Convention. That was actually something I was going to bring up about 2024. Like, what were we
Oh,
thinking?
yeah.
All
Of
these Star
course.
Trek conventions. There was
Yeah.
San Francisco, Vegas, Chicago, Nashville, Dallas, New Jersey. I mean, well, I'll get to all that when it's my turn to talk about my favorite highlights. Look at this great group.
Aw.
Cool.
Best online event, Trek Talks 3. Trek Talks 3. When they said best online event, I'm like, well, they are they I mean, they have to say Trek Talks 3, don't they? They like participate in it.
Right.
And by the way,
Yeah.
that's no knock on Trek Talks 3. We love those guys and we're going to promote the hell out of them for
Mhm.
January. Best celebrity moment, Trek eras join up at Peabody Awards.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
expensive.
That was cool. Put some Scott
Oh,
Bakula hat.
yeah.
Oh,
Look at those faces.
I know.
Aw.
I just want to roll around in a pool of these guys.
Wilson Cruz just had a birthday recently, didn't he? I thought he did.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think a few days ago.
Yeah. Happy
Somebody's
birthday,
got a
Wilson
birthday coming
Cruz.
up in 3 days, and it's you, Melissa.
Yay!
Really?
Happy birthday, Melissa.
Best
Well,
podcast series, Trek, Mary Kill. That's funny. Good name. Sometimes people come up with these great names, and you're just like, damn, wish I had thought
uh-huh.
of that. Brian and Kristen. I'll have to look them
Huh.
up sometime.
Well, and then Dr. Muhammad Noor's birthday is tomorrow.
I know. Happy birthday
What?
to
He's a New
Dr.
Year?
Muhammad Noor. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
New Year's
Happy
baby.
birthday.
Woohoo,
Best
woohoo.
podcast episode. Inglorious Trexpert's 300th episode. Wow, very
Wow.
nice.
Mhm.
All about Star Trek 3. So every 100 episodes, they cover a movie.
Oh, that's fun.
I'm guessing. I
how
You
don't know.
know, Star Trek 3 doesn't get nearly enough love as it should, I think,
There's a
Agreed.
reason for that.
personally.
It's one of my
No,
favorites.
it's so wonderful. It's a wonderful, wonderful movie.
Oh, this is cute. Best fan social to follow. Star Trek minus context. Yeah, that's pretty good. Riker's beard, I think, is pretty funny too. Star Trek minus.
Ooh.
Oh, best
Oh,
professional social media
yay.
follow.
Yay!
Aaron Waltke.
Have to agree. Hard
Beautiful.
agree. He's wonderful.
Yeah, we love that dude. Oh, best meme.
That's
Oh.
cool.
Yeah. stuff.
Oh, that was
Good stuff.
fun.
Okay, so that all being said, Joy,
Yes.
what were some of your favorite Star Trek highlights of 2024? It's like she's checking her
Virtual
notes.
TrekCron,
Yeah.
VTC5. That is the
Yeah.
best
It's a big one, that's
highlight
true.
of the year.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yes. But the second best
Yes.
highlight of the year was meeting you guys in Dallas.
Oh, yay, Joy. It was so great meeting you too.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
It was fun seeing you guys hit it off. I show up at a table with Melissa and Joy, and you guys just kept saying like, "Me too, me too." That's what the whole conversation was. It's amazing.
Joy is
It was
amazing. So
nice.
if you haven't met her and get to meet her in person at the
Oh.
convention, say hello.
Yes.
'Cause she's
Yes.
wonderful and she's a
Thank you.
good hugger.
Oh, thank you. I like the hugs. I like the hugs.
Same. Me too.
See. Here's a good one. This is from our good friend Stacy Roberts. Stacy Roberts went to the San Francisco convention earlier this year. She was a great person, really nice. She paid us nice compliments, and we've been pals ever since because she's a very nice human. But she posts this. Who are you kissing at midnight? My dog's little forehead, bro. Yep.
Oh, yay!
That's so cute.
That is so cute. Aw, I love that.
Dogs love it
Yes.
too. Any other highlights for you, Joy? Because that was the best. I mean, that's
That
the
was
best
the
answer you
best.
could have given,
And-
but those
Yeah,
two.
and just being able to Star Trek and chill with you guys every now and then, and being
Yay.
part of Chat Pack, that has to be all of the highlights for this year for me.
Sci-Fi
Yeah.
Sisters in the house. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt,
Oh.
but hey, Sci-Fi Sisters.
Happy New Year, fam.
Happy New
Yeah.
Year.
They're so
Our buddies.
cool. They're so cool.
Yeah. We love
Shout
them.
out to the Sci-Fi Sisters. Where's my thing? I've got my OG pin somewhere over here that I keep forever to remind myself that I'm cool. I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm cool. The Sci-Fi Sisters gave me this. So that's how I know that I'm officially cool.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
That is
OG, no
cool.
less.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
have one of those
Nice.
too, but
Very
it's
nice.
way over there. Can't go get it.
Shout out to our good buddies over at the Sci-Fi Sisters. Well, Matt, do you have any things that you enjoyed this year?
So many things. I will say, to compliment Joy, that Joy was a fantastic addition to
Oh.
Virtual TrekCon because she did some fantastic work that I absolutely
Oh.
loved. So
Mm.
so glad.
Thank you.
And even though she may have previously said that she was slacking on the social media side of things, don't believe her because she has done some incredible things with it. And
Oh,
it makes, especially the
yeah.
Instagram, like I was looking at that, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool.
So
So-
cool.
It's so
What are
cool.
you referring to exactly, the Matt? Let's show an example of Joy's work.
Yeah, check it
You
out.
guys.
No way,
Yay!
check this out.
Seventh rule is to rock
Why did I
Oh.
start that?
Hello, everybody,
It
and
was-
welcome
I-
to the seventh rule is
It
to
was so
rock
funny
rock.
because when she would
My
yell
name is
at
Ryan
me,
T. Husband.
she would still
That
call
there
me
is
Joy.
Melissa Longo.
It's just kind of like a weird Let's thing.
do
and
that
then she'd be
again.
like, sorry. Because it's
There's
getting a different thing. I've ruined it all. So sorry. Let's fix this. There we go. Now we'll do it. Joy's like, yeah, I know there weren't any extra voices in there when I know this for sure. I'm an editor. I know what I'm doing. Don't make me look bad.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the seventh rule is to rock rock. My name is Ryan T. Husband. That there is Melissa Longo.
Walter. Chat back.
So awesome.
Free
I
for
said
all.
4. Five. Yeah, crazy 5 years. Can you believe that? That's another great thing that happened this year for the seventh rules. 5 years.
Well,
How cool is that?
we're just about to hit 6 now.
Ah,
Mm-hmm.
man,
That's amazing.
that's so cool.
Mid-January. Yeah.
Well, actually, yeah, yesterday we did a post. Man, there's
Mhm.
a lot of news going on here. So this is a post from our friend and brother, Mr. Aaron Eisenberg. Yesterday marks 6 years since this social media post. He said, big announcement. This for the seventh rule of podcast. The No J Consortium is back in business as Rock Lofton, aka Jake Sisko, will be co-hosting the seventh rule of podcast with me on Odyssey Radio, coming to you January 2019. The boys are back. He tags us, and yeah, this was December 30th, 2018, and the first episode was 2 weeks later. So
Yeah.
that's going to be 6 year anniversary already in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
January is like our birthday month over at the seventh rule because it's like
Yes.
there's Muhammad is on the first, Melissa's on the third, Aaron's on the sixth, seventh rule is like on the 13th. There's a whole bunch of others in the middle there. That's a lot of work for
Dang.
Joy.
A lot of happy celebration.
Yeah.
Woo!
Sorry. Anyway, Matt, you were saying, did you have others?
Yeah, well, it's funny because now that we go through it, I actually was thinking about this earlier today, and I was like, man, this is kind of a sad year for, in some ways, for Star Trek because we saw the end of Discovery, we have the end of
Mhm.
Lower Decks, but listening to you all talk, there's actually a lot to celebrate in all of that. So unification from Otoy, that was obviously, we talked about that. That was so cool. That really was a fun emotional piece. Prodigy season 2 was absolutely amazing. In fact, I was just replaying it the other day as I was cleaning up around the house, and whenever I take a shower, I just throw I throw on Prodigy season 2 just to like have it playing in the
Good.
Mhm.
background. Yeah, I don't- there's it's funny because I was thinking we're heading into a period of time in which we won't have as much Star Trek on, but
Mhm.
in a lot of ways we have a lot of stuff to fall back on, and just we got introduced to a lot of really cool people through some of these newer shows that I'm so glad are a part of this Star Trek
Yeah.
tapestry now. It's just we got people like Dave Blass and Aaron Waltke who are
Hmm.
just fantastic, and they all bring something new to this really cool tapestry of Star Trek that we all get to sit back and enjoy their hard labors.
Hmm.
Yay.
So I'll tell you all a few of mine. I threw a couple pitches out there, but really, yeah, for me, obviously to Paul, that was a real one. I was very pleased. I was happy for her, because I know she just kind of went away from everything to, to live with her family and to be
Mhm.
a family person and raise kids and all that. So it's a very admirable thing, and I'm sure she's very happy with her decision. But it was awesome that she made an exception, and I'm sure she did it for the fans and not for any amount of money or because she could go to work in her sweatpants and not worry about anything. I'm sure she did it to make us happy. And so thank you to Jolene for that. But yeah, for me, I mean, a highlight has been doing all these conventions in 6 different cities this year, starting back in March, we did San Francisco, right?
Mhm.
And that was a lot of fun. And what Joy touched on here was, meeting people. And what's cool about going to all these conventions in different cities is at every city you get to meet somebody for the first time that you've known virtually. Like we finally got to party with Joy and our pal Chris Garris in Dallas. So those were new people
Mm.
that we finally got to meet. And, before that, different cities were meeting different people for the first time, and it's just great. You're always going to find somebody at a city, like our buddy Allison Leach Hyde was out in Chicago, and Dave Gregory. There were quite a few in Chicago, actually. That
Mhm.
was a good bunch
Yeah.
there. So those are definitely highlights for me. Virtual TrekCon 5 was cool. The Lappy
Mhm.
Awards, oh
Oh,
man,
Oh,
yeah.
those are fun. Yeah.
that's a big one.
One night.
What else? I felt like there was one more big thing. It sure got quiet. Anyway, let's mhm,
I would say actually not to steal the microphone back here real quick, but a highlight
please.
for me this year was obviously STLV,
Oh, yeah.
and it was an absolute blast, and not to take away from STLVs from before, because 22 was fun. 20, the previous ones were fun, but I felt like this STLV had a lot of really cool things, and so much so that my one complaint is that I couldn't be in all the places that I wanted to be at the same
Yeah.
time, because there were so many cool things happening
Yeah.
this STLV, like the addition of the D&D with Todd Stashwick,
Oh,
like
so good.
so freaking fun, like that, and to watch
Mhm.
everybody sit up on stage and get into character and do voices and just have fun. Like that's so much fun, and to know that that carried on through the other conventions, and and that Sirach got into it too. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is cool.
But
Well, this STLV also felt like the first one since COVID that didn't have something extra behind it. Like we didn't have to wear masks.
Yeah.
We were in the Rio. It wasn't somewhere else.
There was no
And there
strike.
was
there
no
was no
strike
strike,
going
so we couldn't
on.
say
There
Star
I
was
know.
so this one was the first one since COVID that we didn't have some extra thing to work around. It was just wonderful coming home to STLV.
Mhm.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun there too, but I've been going there for 17 years, so clearly clearly I enjoy it. Yeah, 17 years straight except for 2020 because it was canceled, so I just haven't missed
Right.
Oh
one
wow, that's
convention.
awesome.
hmm
Yeah.
Man.
But here's a good one. Where did it go? Um, David says, first for me, talking to John Orchiola at STLV. That's so
Oh,
cool because sometimes
yay.
people pinpoint somebody. They're like, I really like the cut of his jib. I really want to meet her, you know? And then Melissa's
Mhm.
like, don't meet me. Don't you creeps. Leave me. No, I'm just kidding. She would never
No,
say
come to
that.
my table.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, that's always a great one is meeting somebody specific that that you've enjoyed talking to. And John Orchiola has been always a ton of
Mhm.
fun.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I still can't remember. There was another. Oh, that's what it is. What am I thinking? What am I? I am the worst producer ever. The Voyager documentary premiered
Oh
Oh, right.
that
yes.
I helped to
Yes.
produce. My,
So
my
much fun.
Yeah, so I missed, and Melissa also missed the premiere over at Paramount, but I was able to see the one in New York because it coincided with the Creation Convention in New Jersey. So just hopped over there. Good shout out to our good friend Jason Oken, who picked me up at that hotel in whatever, New Jersey, Secaucus. How could I forget that name? And drove me down into New York. It was my first time ever in New York, other than like layover. And it was
Yeah.
so stereotypical New York. It was like people were yelling in traffic. There were things in the street. Cars were double parked. There was no parking. There was trash everywhere. It smelled like I was like, I feel like I'm in an 80s movie. I feel like New York City is exactly what I grew up my entire life seeing New York City was on TV. And
Wow.
it did not disappoint. It was everything. I didn't get mugged, but somebody did, I'm sure, you know.
It's interesting. I lived in New York City for 16 years, never
Wow.
once got mugged. I moved to California and lived in a gated community and then got robbed.
Oh
That
no.
sucks.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
So,
that's terrifying.
yeah.
Glad you're okay.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't home. Aaron wasn't home.
Oh,
And so
okay. Good.
we weren't
Wow.
home. But it's just ironic. That would be
Okay,
ironic, right?
definitely. Absolutely is. Greg Kenzo in the live chat says, Ryan, what was your first convention like? Well, I can remember it like it was yesterday or 1996. It was in Sacramento, California. Our good friend Darth Shuey, his name is Darth, really, and he's a big Star Wars fan. His dad took Darth and myself and our good friend Michael Kenyon Rosenberg in his VW Bug and drove us from San Jose, California to Sacramento, California because we had heard that Jonathan Frakes and Marina Sirtis and Michael Dorn were going to be at a convention in Sacramento. So we're like, oh my God, let's get.
Wow.
Oh, so we all crammed into that bug and drove over there. And Jonathan Frakes was nuts. He had so much energy and he was so much fun. Marina
Yeah.
and Dorn were on stage together, and I was like, wow, Marina's a jerk, but in a very funny way. She was like really mean to the fans. She was mean to them. Like somebody was like saying, Michael Dorn, I know you're blind in one eye and you're still a pilot, and I also am legally blind, and I just want to say you've been an inspiration. And she goes, oh, like
Oh
I'm
my
like, oh my
gosh.
God, you're heartless. I love you.
Um, um, Ryan, I have a question. Um, Back then, could you have imagined that you would have worked with many of these people on different projects? Like you've worked with Marina on
Yeah.
movies and
No,
uh,
and I'll and that's true. No, I definitely did not at all. But I will say that in New Jersey, maybe it was in one of the most
mhm.
recent conventions. Um, I went up on stage. Dorn and Marina were going to go up on stage together. And so I had a couple minutes to talk to the crowd, or maybe it was Dallas, I don't remember. And I kind of just said, that first convention I went to back in 1996, and I saw Jonathan Frakes and Michael Dorn and Marina. I didn't say Marina was mean. I was like, because they were backstage. They were backstage,
Yeah.
getting ready to come out. And so I said, and I went and I had such a great time. And I said, and Marina and Michael Dorn were so funny, and they cracked me up. And I was like so enamored by this that I was like, I've got to go to more conventions. This is it, it kind
Oh.
of cracked something open in me. And I said, and for
Mhm.
everybody today that this is your very first convention, I truly hope that you're getting that same experience to where you see Marina and Michael on stage and you're blown away and you're having fun with your friends and you think, I've got to come back every year or to different
Mhm.
conventions. And I hope it's a beautiful, memorable experience for you, like it was for me as a little Ryan. And then I said, and without further ado, and I announced Marina and Michael and this and that, and they did their thing. And then afterwards, I said something like, when they were leaving, I gave them an outro after the intro. And I went and talked to Marina and Mike. I said, oh, I hope I didn't, embarrass you guys with that. And they're like, oh, we weren't listening. So they didn't hear any of it. So
Oh.
they were like, oh, We just listened for our names. Or what you
You were like, dang it. I thought that was pretty slick.
Yeah, that was okay. I was like,
It
you know
was
what?
great.
I would have been more surprised if she said, "Oh yes, that we were moved by it, bro. We really thank you. Thank you for that. You're the
They would have
first
been, if
fan."
they heard, they would have been for sure.
Maybe Michael. Anyway,
That's so
I
cute
was
though. Little Ryan, 1996.
yeah, I was
Oh.
4. Joy, was Dallas your very first convention?
Yes, it was.
How was it for you?
It was awesome. I loved it. I like the fact that, well, for Dallas, there wasn't that big of a turnout. So,
Oh yeah, we were real happy about that too.
well, for me, it was very beneficial because it made it a lot more intimate, you know? So it was very special because you just see the actors in the lobby and the restaurant, the bar, walking in the halls, you know? So
Mhm.
it was quite cool. I love the community and meeting everybody, and everyone's so happy. I like being around happy people. So it was fun.
Mhm.
And I liked all the sessions to hear from them, and like I never knew what to expect, so what they're gonna say, but a lot of them shared from their lives and gave life lessons, and it was a blast, like the Lower Decks panel and even the wine tasting.
Mhm.
Casey Biggs, wine
Yes, with Casey
tasting.
Biggs.
Awesome.
Oh.
Yeah, they're all
Mhm.
amazing. They're all good
Mm.
people. So it's good to see that.
Or our good buddy
Mhm.
Chris Garris is in the live chat. What's up, Chris Garris? We were just talking
Hi,
about
Chris.
you.
Hey. Yeah. You had a NAM, but now it's not a NAM because you're here.
Yep. Eliminated it. So, all right, everybody in the live chat, now it's your turn. Um, what was the big moment or moments for you? It can be something you saw on screen. It could be something you read, like an announcement, or it could be a personal experience. Maybe you went to a documentary premiere, maybe you went to a convention. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Patrick Stewart knocked on your door and was like, "Oh, this package was delivered to my house by accident. It's for you, I believe. I put some Christmas cookies on there for you." Or something. I don't know. I'm sure he might. So let us know.
Aw,
Your impressions are
I
spot on.
I know.
You
I
I
should
love it.
hear
know.
So
you should
good.
hear Sir Patrick's impression
So
of
good.
me. It's even better.
I want to.
Uh, okay. So what's up, Chris Garrett? It's good to see you, pal. Okay. Give us
How
your
does, oh,
everybody. Go
sorry.
ahead, please.
How does one see the Voyager documentary?
Well, you break into the Paramount lot.
like,
Okay,
like
let
those
me tell you
guys
how.
that stayed overnight and took
Yeah.
video of the sets.
I didn't hear about that.
You didn't hear about that? Oh
Is
my
that
gosh.
another highlight of 2024?
Oh, well, it wasn't
Wait.
this year. It was long ago when they were
Oh,
filming
okay.
Next Gen. There were some guys who got on
Oh,
the Paramount lot and stayed until everything shut down. And they have video of them like going around all the sets and stuff. Uh,
wow.
I'll have to look up exactly who it was, but yeah. Anyway, sorry.
So,
Oh, hi,
here's one
Chuck.
real. Yeah, hi, Chuck A. Uh, Mark Zutkov said his eyes were closed, unfortunately, in a picture of him and George Takei. What a bummer. Okay, so Greg Kenzo says, what's step 2? Okay, so step 2 is you go to office number. No, I can't say that. Basically, the Voyager documentary has been pre-screened for many, many, many of the backers. They all had a great time, I hope, and everything is cool. Now, in order for the public to see it, there's a lot more that still needs to happen. There are going to be some more edits because some people are like, you should add this or you should change this. And believe it or not, there might even be a couple more interview sessions added to fill in some edges, because every once in a while, maybe an actor or a producer or a director says, you know what? I didn't give you enough about the story. I want to add a little bit more. People like to be, heard, and they're all such great people. But mostly there's going to be our editors are going to be adding all this bonus footage. So, all the bonus features have to be done in order for a Blu-ray to come out. So there's a lot more. There's going to be a lot more, to be edited because they've got these chunks, but they need to put them into bonus features. Then we add into Blu-rays. Then there's going to be the digital streaming and all that. Hopefully, also it'll get picked up for distribution, and then we might just say it'll be on Paramount Plus,
Yay.
which I think would be a smart move by them, honestly. And I'm not just saying
Yeah,
that. I feel like
definitely.
Yeah.
Do
I
it.
feel like they should do that. But if they don't, maybe Amazon Prime will. Or
Well,
Yeah.
if you have a YouTube Premium subscription, you can watch What We Left Behind on there for
Beautiful.
free.
Oh, that was an
through,
amazing
Shout
They make
Factory,
really
so.
good quality
They really
The best.
do.
Yep.
It needs to be on Paramount.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mhm.
So
So that's the
Really?
answer to that. Basically, everyone can watch the Voyager documentary To the Journey in 2025, which brings us to the next question. What are we looking forward to in 2025? Personally, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to season 3 of Strange New Worlds. I'm looking forward to more. I'm looking forward to San Francisco next month. We're doing a convention in San Francisco in like, what, 3.5 weeks already. Joy's going to be there. Matt's thinking about it. Melissa's definitely going to be there. I'm gonna,
Maybe.
I'm gonna go party over there. I love San Francisco because I can just drive. You don't have to worry about like, security at an airport and having some guy's furry arm touch you on the elbow thing. Like I
Ew.
just don't want that.
And
So
having to be squished against the window because of man spread.
that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
I
Listen.
mean, and then they take their shoes off and it's ugh.
Wait, who
There
takes
was
their
a-
shoes off on the plane?
And
was
lots
a
of
lady-
people.
There was a lady that was
Too
clipping
many
her
people.
toenails on the plane once.
Get
Oh
out.
no!
I swear. And they were just
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my
My
gosh!
gosh.
Why would you do that?
they were
There used
long.
to
They looked
be,
like little
flying
croissants flying on.
etiquette.
There used to be.
Crazy.
Oh
Thank
my
you, 3D
gosh.
Obsession, who says
Aw.
Happy New Year to our awesome
Aw.
hosts and all the awesome guys
Happy
in
New
the
Year.
chat. Thank you so much,
Aw.
3D Obsession. We hope to see you in person one of these days at a convention. If you do, you'll be
Mm.
like, "Hi, my name is Billy." We'll be like, "Okay." And you'll be like, "I'm 3D Obsession." We'll be like, "What? 3D Obsession chicks?"
It's his birthday and on the 5th.
Who? 3D Obsession?
Yes.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right? Am I right?
that's
Did he say that earlier in the live chat?
I believe so.
Nice. Another January birthday.
Oh.
Beautiful.
Wow.
We have to
Okay.
fill in the month.
Also, here's another thing I'm looking forward to. And this could be like wishes. It doesn't have to necessarily be true that it's going to happen, but I'm looking forward to them announcing that a third season of Prodigy has been picked up. And I'm looking forward
Yes.
to Mike McMahon saying, we're working on a Lower Decks movie.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
That'll
Oh,
be amazing.
yes. Make it
These
so.
are-
Make it so.
And
Engage
I'm-
the core. Engage the core.
And I'm looking forward to more Starfleet Academy casting announcements because there's going to be some big names dropped because you can do anything when it's like whatever 1,000 years into the future. They could just be like, and it's Starfleet Academy. Here's a hologram program of Chief Miles Edward O'Brien today, class, to teach you about transporter room whatever, transporter 101, right? They can do that. No problem. They can do that for literally anybody. So they're going to be dropping some bombs. There's no way they're not, in my opinion. So Melissa, that being said,
Yeah.
what are you looking forward to in 2025?
Well, a lot of things. But I have to say that Linda Anderegg says that they're birthday twins. So I guess hers is on the 5th as well.
She's
Oh,
another one. Yes. Happy
wow.
birthday, Linda
Yay,
Anderegg.
happy birthday.
Woohoo. I am
Enjoy it.
looking,
You only turned 35 once. Okay. Sorry, Melissa. Go ahead.
yeah. Well, I haven't gotten there yet. I have 5 more years. Just kidding. It's 3 more years. I was just kidding. Oh, I'm looking forward to oh, thanks, Greg Kenzo. That's so nice of you. I'm looking forward to engaging the core, but
Oh, I feel like I have to do sit-ups.
the 3rd season of Strange New Worlds.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Yes.
I read yesterday that it's been 2 years since the 2nd season. 2 years.
Has
It
it been?
seems bonkers. It seems bonkers to
Mhm.
be that long, but so I can't wait to see what happens with the Gorn, and I'm excited to see the episode directed by Jonathan Frakes, the murder mystery noir one, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, and then all of the stuff that Ryan mentioned. Ooh, and
Greg Kenzo.
yes.
Out in
Huh?
Hawaii, just did a fun super sticker chat item.
Yes.
Thank you so
Yes.
much, Greg Kenzo, out in Hawaii. We'll let you know how 2025 is. We'll warn you
Yeah.
because we'll be in 2025 for a couple hours before you. So we'll let you.
Yeah.
He should like peek over and be like, "How's 2025 so far? Is it cool?" We'll be like, "Nah, dude, stay at 24.
Stay.
It's getting
Hi.
worse."
But I'm also looking forward to the conventions as well, because those are always a blast.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ooh, and I'm making new stuff for them. So yes,
Nice.
there's a lot of work going on over here besides working in the
Yay.
garden.
I'm also looking forward to the 7th Rule, watching seasons 5 and 6 of The Next Generation. And here's a big
Yay.
announcement that some people may or may not be ready for. For which people may or may not be ready. So sorry, I ended a sentence in a preposition. I'm totally
I
embarrassed.
do that all the time.
I know. Boy, we're a mess.
That's it. I'm
I
out.
know. Time out. No chocolate for you.
But
For
here's the big announcement, you
30
guys.
minutes.
30 minutes? Is that what you just did?
There were 4 lights.
Yeah. Okay, so the announcement is that the 7th Rule will be doing a review in conjunction with The Greatest Generation. You may have heard of The Greatest Generation. Those of you that like to laugh have probably heard of them. They're doing something called a pod crawl, which is weird, but we're going to be a part of it because we're weird too. And we're going to be reviewing Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan with Walter Koenig, everybody.
Yeah.
So we're going to review that.
Yay.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Woohoo.
I haven't seen it really since I was a little kid. Sirach's never seen it. Walter hasn't really seen it since he did it, I believe. So we're all just going to be going in with fresh eyes, and we can finally address the ear stuff
Oh my
with
gosh.
Salty Walty.
Bring the
It's gonna be
toilet
amazing.
paper. When I was a kid and saw the movie, I stuck toilet paper in my ears. So that's why I say
Used
bring
or
the toilet
unused?
paper. Used.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I just heard that you're supposed to conserve toilet paper by using both sides. I don't know if you are, but that's what I heard. Mark Zutkov says, sounds like a pub crawl for podcasts. That's exactly what it is. He's smarter than everybody, I think. Anyway, Joy, what are you looking forward
Yes,
to
sir.
in 2025 besides our review of the Rathacon?
Couple of things actually. Well, Section 31 movie, right?
Oh yeah.
That's in 3.5 weeks.
Really looking forward to that. That and yeah, Strange New Worlds, and STLV.
Are you gonna go to
But before
STLV?
that, actually, the Lappies.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my
Virtual
gosh.
TruckCon 6.
Mhm.
Happy them.
Wow.
BTC 6.
6.
Yes. That has
Oh,
to
there should be
be,
something. Yeah,
it's gonna be awesome.
that's got to be a part of the theme is thumbs up. Dr. Muhammad Noor's like, I get royalties then.
Yes.
He's the he's the ultimate thumbs upper. All right, well, that brings us to you, the Matt Boardman. What are you looking forward to or hoping for?
Well, one thing that I am looking forward to is the Universal Studios Fan Fest, which they're going to have the Enterprise D bridge for season
Beautiful. Very
3.
nice.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
Yes.
excited. I have to see if I can convince Dave Blass and Liz Klokowski to give me a personal tour. Or not me, but maybe set up a personal tour for people living in the area or who want to fly out and just because they're when they get up at the conventions and they talk about working on that, like it's so cool, like just the love and dedication that they put into that. And so now that we're going to have that opportunity to go to this thing and actually see this in person, like I don't know, some of you went to the experience, right? I know Ryan did. Melissa, did you get a chance?
Nope.
Joy, did
That's
you get a chance
Oh,
to go to the Oh my gosh. I'm gonna out myself here and everybody's gonna laugh at me. They're all gonna laugh at you. The first time I went to the Star Trek experience, they only had the Klingon encounter one, right? And if you've not watched the videos, they have some of them on YouTube and you should. But it's like you're standing in this line, right? Like you're okay, you're gonna board, whatever, and then all of a sudden the lights go out and you feel this whoosh of air and then when the lights go back on, you are standing on a transporter pad on the Enterprise D. And
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie. And then they take you out and then they walk you across. You go through a corridor and then you walk out onto the Enterprise D bridge. Now it's just a recreation, obviously, but
that's
it's
awesome.
there is just something about experiencing something for real that you've watched on TV, right? And it's a recreation, but it doesn't matter, it's just like so cool. So I'm hoping for that same experience and I hope I don't cry this time like I did the last time.
did you really?
Oh,
It was
I totally
amazing.
did. I totally
Aw.
Yeah.
did. Like it just oh, I was so overcome with emotion because it was like I don't know. I mean, Star Trek was
I
such a
could
big part of my
imagine.
life and like you're there and then when you finish it off, even though the promenade wasn't exactly the most accurate, but you get out of this elevator after you're done with the ride and they're playing the Deep Space Nine theme music there. And I was just
Oh,
like
Yeah.
it just hit me and I'm just like, oh my gosh,
that's
yeah,
awesome.
very cool. So I'm looking forward to that this year. Hopefully we get an announcement of season 3 of Prodigy. That would be amazing. I would love to see
Mhm.
Yes.
them do more because they just I mean they understand it's like they are like the textbook definition of understood the assignment, you know.
Yeah.
Go out and make us a Star Trek show that not only appeals to kids but appeals to everybody. Okay, well here you go. Here's
Mhm.
Prodigy, and it's amazing. So yeah, looking forward to that. And then like it's been said, looking forward to Strange New World season 3. What cool things do they have for us? Who knows? But it's been a long time since the last season because I was like, oh man,
Yeah.
nope, we did not get Strange New Worlds this year. So
I
Yeah. Weird.
know.
Also, shout out to our good friend Dr. Muhammad Noor in the live chat, who wishes Melissa Longo an early happy birthday. A lot of people were diving in trying to wish him happy birthday. He's like, bro, I'm just in and out. You got to save your happy birthday talk for tomorrow, he says.
Mhm.
But shout out to him. We love some Dr. Muhammad Noor.
They sure do.
Mohammed, do you know that we were talking about before you hopped in that since this is Virtual Trek Con 6 coming up, you go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is usually going to be 6, especially if you're like a referee or anything else like that. This is 6. But then we were like, uh-oh, but we got to pay Mohammed royalties if we're doing too many thumbs up throughout the convention. So just let us know if we could just cut a deal so that we don't have to like send something every time, like just
We must have summoned him with this.
yeah, that's like the bat signal. We were all doing thumbs up, and
Love
he's like, there's something in the air. I'm
Get
needed.
on.
I'm needed. Oh, that's funny.
Yay!
But that brings me to another thing. Something I'm looking forward to in 2025 is Dr. Muhammad Noor being able to say, I worked on that episode, or I got hired for this show, or I did something like that, because he kind of gets passed around a little bit in Star Trek. So whether it's something upcoming like Section 31 or Strange New Worlds, or whether there's some kind of announcement of a new show, or maybe he's getting called in to help on Starfleet Academy. But I'm looking forward to hearing Dr. Muhammad Noor saying that he got to work on another episode or production or movie or something like that. And I'm also looking forward to a definitive, actually, we're going to begin production on a new Star Trek movie. Whether it's Star Trek 4, whatever that's going to be, with or without whales, or whether it is the untitled origin movie that most people are like, yeah, that's called First Contact.
I know.
Whatever it is, I think in 2025, they're going to stop tickling our gizzards and actually are going to say, not just, we're announcing another new movie. You've been announcing those for 10 years. But they begin production. They start building sets and doing fittings. And I don't even want to hear casting, because casting, they can do casting and then it still doesn't happen. But I want to see like actual building sets and doing fittings and costuming, and that'll be nice.
I'm curious. I am very curious about this untitled Star Trek Origins movie. I mean, how Origins is it? And where does that fall? And are they going to recast the Spock and Uhura and Kirk? I hope not, because we don't need another recasting. I'm hoping it's an actual Origins before Uhura and Spock and Kirk and all of them.
I wonder if Matt can clear this up, but is it 100% clear that Star Trek 4 with Chris Pine and Zachary Quinto and the untitled Origin movie, are we 100% sure those are two completely different entities? Because if they are, then yeah, Star Trek, the untitled thing, they probably theoretically wouldn't have Kirk and Spock, because it might be before then, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. From my understanding, they're completely separate, and they make sure in every article that you read, this is not, when they talk about origins, this is not meant to be that cast. Like, it's going to be something separate. Now, somebody along the way, that doesn't necessarily mean, I mean, again, until we're in production, that doesn't mean that that's not going to be the case, because somebody along the way may go, it's like Joey. It's like, well, you have Star Trek 4 in one hand, you've got Origins another. Put your hands together, and it's like, you may end up with some sort of a crossover where they're pinging between two different times or something. This is what happened in the past. And then we see them as, because the cast is, I mean, it's been a number of years. So, their characters are obviously, unless you want to spend a lot of money on digital makeup or even just regular makeup, trying to make them look, not to say that they look young, old, but that they're definitely not, there's been an age gap that's happened between. So,
well, Zoe Saldana has brought that up in recent interviews that she's had in a variety of articles from news sources. But yeah, she's mentioned that exact thing is that they're not getting any younger. So
Right.
let's do this. Let's do this.
Yeah. Although she's looking good.
She is looking good.
Forever. Good for her.
Mhm.
And her career is skyrocketing too. I don't know how Star Trek's going to be able to afford these people. Simon Pegg, Zoe Saldana, like they just keep
Mhm.
shooting up. And I don't mean like the old Edward Furlong way. I mean like in, that was a terrible joke. I mean like their star is skyrocketing. Uh, but
Wow.
actually, here's an article here, you guys, if you can believe this, from our good friends over at ScreenRant.com by John Orchiola. Again, this is something we should have started with. Melissa, good send. I should have looked at this before. Star Trek in 2025, Strange New World, Season 3, Star Trek's first movie in 9 years. I keep forgetting that it is officially a movie. I feel like it's just like a long
Yeah.
project or product. Like, it's not a theater release. It's
Mhm.
kind of like today's version of straight to video.
Right.
Hmm. But what he mentions obviously is Strange New World season 3.
Mhm.
He mentions Section 31. Um, that's really, yeah, there's not too much.
Yeah.
Then he's got the possibilities. Starfleet Academy news, Tawny Newsom's comedy. This is something that may or may not happen. Tawny Newsome is
Right.
working on a comedy. Yes, that's also a possibility. I mean, if it's going to happen or if it's not, we'll probably find out in 25, right?
Yeah. It'll be interesting, the Comic Cons and all of that, where things are usually announced
Oh
what
yeah.
that news will be, what it would look like.
Yeah, because usually the big conventions that they announce that stuff don't start happening until the second half of the year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Depends. Um, I really don't know. I mean, sometimes they make announcements on like First Contact Day, right?
Oh,
Or
that's
they
true.
Yeah,
make,
yeah.
Yeah.
or they make announcements on Star Trek Day, which would be September, so it kind of, or a lot of times they make announcements at Comic-Con in July,
Yeah.
or in that big one in Brazil that happens. That like
Right.
they go and
Right.
they for some reason Brazil and Variety magazine get the biggest Star Trek announcements.
Hmm.
How
Yeah.
I'm so confused by this.
Well, one big announcement that we still haven't gotten yet is the release date of Strange New Worlds. We don't know
Yeah.
True.
exactly when that's going to air.
Matt, spill it, you know.
Come on, Matt. Come
You know,
on.
I actually got fooled the other day because I thought I saw something that said, "Well, now that we have this," and like, do you guys ever get that where you're like, "Oh, this is gonna," and then you're
Yes.
like, "That's not true," because you look at the source and you're like, "I can't trust a word they say." There's certain websites that I'm
What?
like,
Giant freaking robot?
I wasn't gonna say it, but
I mean, come on, even they
but
know.
yes. But yeah, so no, we don't. I wish we did because that
I
would be
wish to.
well, because we don't have anything. I mean, after Section 31, we enter the Trek wasteland until we
Mhm.
have an announcement for when that's coming out.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Mm.
pretty barren. Yeah, we're gonna have 11 total products, right? We're gonna have 10 Strange New Worlds episodes and Section
Right?
31, unless they
Yeah.
toss out a few short treks real quick,
That
or
could be fun.
a super quick audio drama. I'm sure they can knock out an audio drama
Hmm.
within the year. But I feel like they're gonna have to do something, or maybe they're gonna have like some kind of secondary content, like maybe they'll launch, a podcast or two, or maybe they'll
Yeah.
launch like a ready room type thing. They're they can fill up content in that way to kind of satiate the masses for Paramount Plus so that there isn't some mass exodus out of there. And I'm sure they're having those conversations. But as Mark Zetkoff points out, he says, until the Skydance Paramount merger is complete, I don't think we'll
Right.
see a theatrical Trek movie go into production yet. So probably some things are being held, but they also want to keep people happy, especially like
Right.
investors or whatever. Um, and Glenn Iverson says, I honestly think the Section 31 movie is a pilot, even if they're not officially calling it
Mm.
that. Right. Section 31 is flying the Paramount ship.
Could be. I mean, I mean, look, the BSG miniseries started off as
Right.
it was just going to be a miniseries. And then it
Mm-hmm.
was so well received that they were like, hey, I mean, that's how we got Strange New Worlds, right? Because
Right.
everybody loved Anson Mount as Pike, and we got to see and everybody was like, oh my gosh, we have to have this. They would be so dumb to not do this. And they were like,
Yeah.
haha, just kidding. We've been planning it all along. So,
Uh-huh.
but if it doesn't do well, then they could be like, oh well, sometimes it's hard on streaming to do that stuff. But if it does
Mhm.
really well, then they're like, aha, our
Mhm.
plan worked. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, like Strange New Worlds, right? Like, did the fans make Strange New Worlds happen, or was that always
I think
kind
it was
of
a
a backdoor pilot?
combination.
Yeah.
I think it was a
I
combination of the two because I heard that or read, I can't remember, but I did hear that that was kind of in the works already, and then putting it in Discovery may have been the testing grounds for Strange New Worlds. But they hit the nail on the head when they cast Anson Mount as Christopher Pike.
Yes,
Mm.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oops. Joy and Melissa, you guys got a little bit of drool.
right? Because nobody wears an apron like Anson Mount.
Oh goodness. That's Melissa.
No one wears
Melissa,
an apron like me. No,
yeah.
just kidding. Like Christopher Pike.
Man alive.
Ooh,
Greg
it's
Kenzo
warm
says,
in
let's
here,
just
right?
make, yeah, it is now, huh? Greg Kenzo says, let's just make a ton of fan Trek. That's what basically 2009 to 2016 was. Like that
Mhm.
window was like the fan films thing. That should be a whole show or two on its own. I know Matt could tell stories. I know I could tell stories. There was a lot. There was the good, the bad, the ugly, the more good, the more bad, and the weird. Like it just,
It
And
really
the
was the Wild
oh
Wild West.
no.
yeah, it was. It was like when the internet first started, it was the Wild West. Like there was just like weird websites where you just see somebody's face exploded on a motorcycle and like just you're just like, what? The internet is crazy. And then everything kind of got regulated and stuff. Same thing with fan films. Like everything just like exploded until things kind of settled
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
But that's a different fun.
What a
Derek
fun time.
Peterossi. Does that mean red hair in Peterossi? Red hair, maybe in Italian? I'm not sure. He says fan trek equals litigation. This guy knows. In
Uh-huh.
fact, I just received a cease and desist. I can't to say that we're not allowed to talk about it. Okay. So,
Really?
no.
Nuh-uh.
No. I mean, maybe I haven't. I didn't actually check my email, but if I, no, I doubt it strongly.
Nuh-uh.
A red chest, Derek Peterossi says. Red
Yes,
chest.
in Italian.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's
Italian.
interesting. That brings
Italiano.
up a lot of pictures, a lot of imagery.
What kind of imagery?
That's one heck of a sunburn, Peterossi.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's
I'm holding
great.
out for the hope of a legacy announcement still. Not giving up.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Well, oh, yeah, you just got a cease and desist too now, Joyce. So sorry.
But I'm doing it joyfully.
Oh, okay.
I was
No,
just
I
going to
mean-
say, that reminded me of Brian, who you made a very good point about that, is, positivity. Positivity is the key. Being angry and mean. That should be
Yeah,
a
it seemed like-
2025
It seemed like
resolution.
Mike McMahon was kind of insinuating something like that. Probably not directly, probably not
Mhm.
that, but I think that he's right. Like, I mean, the fact is everybody wants legacy to happen,
Mhm.
um, except for maybe the people that matter. The people that matter are the
Right.
people that are actually, making it happen and producing it with their bucks. So how do you convince them to do it? Maybe it's impossible, but if it were possible, I'll bet you it would be from honey and not vinegar, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep.
Man, that'd be cool if it did happen though, right, Joy?
It would be so cool.
So cool.
You know what I would also like for them to explore?
Yeah. Do tell. Do
So
tell.
in Picard, right? Towards
Uh-huh.
the end of season 2, Will Wheaton makes his cameo.
Right.
Mhm.
Whatever, I forgot the name of what force he's
Traveler.
part of. Traveler. Yeah.
Right.
I'd
Blues
love to see
Traveler, I
that.
think.
Because then
It's
they could bring
Soji.
in everybody on that one because
Uh-huh.
they can go to any time. Trip's not dead, anytime
Yeah.
and bring back anyone, any storyline. Let's do
What?
it. Come on,
Yeah.
Paramount.
I mean, on lower decks, T'Pol was married to Trip for 63 years. So, yeah, no way he's dead.
Alternate universe. So sorry, he's dead.
No.
That doesn't mean that they can't do an entire series in an alternate universe or bring a trip from the other universe over to this one, and there you go. Like what they did with Giorgio, right? Or what they did
Oh,
Right.
right.
with
Right.
Lorca,
Lorca.
right? Captain Dorca. I
Yeah.
mean, whatever. It's still a person.
And Dorca.
You can do it.
Maybe they are doing something with the Traveler. Maybe that's why did they stop doing Ready Room? With
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's
Oh, good
at least done
call,
for the
Joy.
season.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping. Lots of hope for 2025.
Hmm.
This is in the Seventh Rule Facebook
No.
group. On this day, the Star Trek Deep Space Nine episode, It's Only a Paper Moon, premiered with a dramatic story about Nog suffering from PTSD and phantom pain after losing his leg and finding some comfort, like we all did in Vic's Lounge
Hmm.
That was a great episode.
26 years ago. Look at that acting. This guy.
Yeah.
So
Was-
great. What is it just me or does that like Frankie makeup look so cool with him wearing that tux? Like I don't know
Yeah.
why.
It looks so cool. Yeah. It was one of his
Freaking one of the best
proudest
character arcs
acting
ever.
moments,
Yes.
especially because of how many veterans came up to him and told him how much that
Oh.
episode meant to them. That meant a lot to him.
That's sweet.
Such a great episode.
Oh, we interrupt this broadcast with, since we're on Facebook, I just saw some Facebook posts. Check this
Ooh,
out.
yay.
It's from Creation Entertainment. And here it is. By the way, though, huge shout out, everybody, to Mr. Aaron Eisenberg. Without him, none of this would have been possible. Plus, he was just so much freaking fun to hang out with, to talk to online, or to visit in conventions. He was one of the very first and only Star Trek actors that just went completely out of his way. Like for me personally, and for seeing others, I remember just being like baffled. I'm like, whoa, Star Trek actors talking to me. And there were a couple others, and
Yeah.
he was one of the main ones. And I just think he's just forever a legend in many ways. So, that being said, Creation Entertainment made a few announcements today. Check these out. Roxanne Dawson will
No
be
way.
at STLV. The super
Amazing.
busy,
Wow.
super boss lady
I
director,
love her.
Roxanne. And she loves you, she said, actually.
Yeah.
She will be there. Roxanne Dawson will be at STLV. Oh, because
Awesome.
this will be
That's
Star Trek Voyager's
wonderful.
30th anniversary.
Cool.
Yay!
Wonderful.
Let's
Gotta
see
be
if there are
there.
any others.
Yeah. Oh.
Jonathan Del Arco will
Yay!
also be at
Woo!
STLV. You know him of
Yes.
Next Generation and Picard. Great guy. What else do we have here? Looks like Melissa and Anne Marie already knew about this news. Oh, what? Oh, uh, uh, Jerry Ryan will also be at STLV.
Woo!
That's pretty big news.
Yay.
Gorgeous lady.
And yeah, and I think that's it. Yeah, I think probably nobody else.
No.
So, but that's pretty big announcements, right? Oh, what? Kate Mulgrew. She's looking at me like,
Aw.
don't you dare, Ryan. Don't take this away from them. They deserve to see my face.
Love it.
There's
Oh
coffee
my
in
That
that
is
convention.
awesome.
That
That is
Kate
every
Mulgrew.
reason to be there.
Yeah.
Man. That's just a little bit more than 7 months away already. We're already almost to the halfway point.
And it's even
What?
longer this year, right?
Yeah,
It's
it's
an extra
Yeah.
5 days, basically 5.5 days, really, because so it's Wednesday through Sunday plus the second Tuesday afternoon and evening. Everybody knows it's like the vendors room night. So it's really 6 days.
Yeah.
It's like 9 days if you do how most of us do.
I was just gonna say.
We're like, I'm not gonna fly home on Sunday night. That's crazy. I'm not gonna
No
drive
way.
home on Sunday night.
No way.
It takes 12 hours on if you try to drive home on Sunday night. You got to stay an extra day.
Mhm.
Joy,
Yeah.
let me tell you. Okay. Let me tell you
Yes.
something.
Tell me everything.
So 23,
Don't
right?
tell her everything,
I was
Matt,
not able to
please.
get there until
Everything.
late Friday night, right? And so I'm seeing all these pictures popping up on Facebook. Everybody's been
Oh.
there since Thursday. I'm like, I want to be there.
Oh.
I want to go to there. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get there on Thursday, but I'm gonna get there Thursday morning, right? And then I start seeing all these pictures popping up on Wednesday.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
still missing out. I'm gonna go there a freaking week early, and I'm gonna be like,
I
I'm gonna walk
cannot.
out. I'm gonna have like the biggest 5 o'clock shadow, big bags under my eyes. So that time you guys finally got here.
That's, that's awesome. That's a major FOMO there, though.
It's serious. I can't even tell you. It's so much fun. It really is. It really
It is
is.
so much fun.
I remember my first memories of going to STLV, like maybe like the second or third, fourth time. I was pretty poor, the struggling actor out in North Hollywood, starving musician out in North Hollywood, eating a can of chili for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. My roommates loved it. So, no, because I shared. So, but here's the thing is I would sit there and I would look at the schedule at STLV, like, a month beforehand, not the schedule, but like the guests that were appearing in what days. And I remember thinking, okay, if I go just Friday and Saturday, I tried to like maximize the amount of people I could see in like 1 or 2 days. It was like an equation of how can I see my favorite people in the shortest amount of time? If I go Friday and Saturday, ooh, I could see Connor Trenier and Dominic Key. That's pretty good. Oh, and Jonathan Freg. That's pretty cool. Kate Mulgrew, don't need to see her. She's on Sunday. Just kidding. Just kidding. Don't get mad, Joy. I was just kidding. And, but like I would try to like max, and then like as time goes on, people like the fans are like, come on, you just go to all of them, all the days. Don't worry about, but it was just tough back then because it was at the Hilton, which was just the
Yeah.
coolest thing in the world. But
Mm.
since I was so poor and my pals were poor too, we would stay over at the Sahara for like $40 a night or something like that. So we would cross the street. And now I look back and I'm like, I wish I just stayed at the Hilton. I wish I would have figured out a way to
Mm.
fork over an extra couple $100 or whatever it was and just stay at the Hilton, because staying at the hotel is just so much better than you cross it's just crossing the
Yeah.
street, but it makes a difference. You're like totally away
Huge
from it all, and the
difference.
Sahara was
Yeah.
gross. No offense. Anyway,
You're welcome, Nugget.
Wow.
well, let's talk about the week ahead, everybody. Derek says plenty of
Wow.
time to save back up after the cruise kills my wallet. Cruise will do that. The cruise is going to be great too. That's at the end of February.
February.
All right. So yesterday on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel, we released our full review of
Are you looking at the chat? It's going wild.
Are you laughing at
So
badgers?
funny.
the Gorn.
Yes. Oh, if you're Gorny.
Mm.
Oh my gosh.
You have to
You
scroll
we-
guys
to
are
see all the Gorn
so
references.
funny.
I
Oh
think
my gosh.
Chuck started
Gorn girls.
with Gorn Gone Wild.
Yeah.
Gorn gone wild.
Gorn
Gorn with the wind.
I prefer
Gorn to be
Squirrels
wild.
Gone Wild, but
Gorn star. You guys are awesome. Keep it up. I'm sorry. Sorry. Go ahead.
may
Ryan.
we continue,
Yes,
Melissa? You're being so immature.
I'm so
So yesterday on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel, we released our full review of the Next Generation episode, The Host.
Yay.
The Host. Star Trek The Next Generation episode, The Host. So enjoy that full review up on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel. Then coming up, let's see, what do we have? Well, there's no new Star Trek, so nothing on Thursday. Friday, join us for Star Trek and Chill. Melissa's birthday. She'll be bringing everybody birthday gifts for her to celebrate her birthday. No, but it should be a good time. Everybody, if you don't join us on January 3rd for Star Trek and Chill right here on the Virtual TrekCon YouTube channel from 5 p.m. Pacific to 6:30 Pacific, or 8 p.m. Eastern to 9:30 p.m. Eastern, or 9 p.m. Atlantic. Never mind. The point is, if you don't join us, then it means you don't love Melissa because you. So I know. So you guys have to be here to show Melissa some love. Hopefully she'll be here too. She's like, I'm not going to be here. Quiet. Don't tell him. I'm going to be partying. Anyway, so
with
that
you
is.
guys.
We're all supposed to have cake.
Yes,
All right.
bring
Don't forget the
cake.
cake.
Bring your
Sounds
favorite
fun.
cake.
What's your favorite, Matt?
Oh man, I love me some pineapple upside down cake.
Wow.
Okay. Joy, what's your favorite cake?
Anything chocolate.
Me too. That's my exact answer. Anything chocolate, and I don't want no fruit jelly in there, hidden in there to make it seem
Don't
like,
like
oh,
Black
it's a chocolate cake.
Forest?
I don't think so. No, I'm like,
Oh,
I'm like, oh, cool, chocolate cake, and I bite into it. I'm like, oh, there's jelly in here, or fruit. I want chocolate with chocolate filling and chocolate frosting and chocolate sprinkles and
Ooh.
chocolate ice cream.
death by chocolate.
Mm.
Melissa, you too?
Pretty much, but I would, if I have to pick a favorite, it's the chocolate lava cake.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's
Mm,
the best.
there's the
Yeah.
end.
Nice.
That's
It
chocolate
is.
Chocolate lava
with
cake.
chocolate.
Chocolate with chocolate. Mm.
So that's this Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on the Virtual TrekCon YouTube channel. Then on Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, oh boy, it is. Oh man, are we already on season 5? We are. That's it.
Wow.
It will be the Seventh Rule. Will be reviewing season 5 of The Next Generation, episode 1, Redemption Part 2.
Nice.
With Denise Crosby, Sela herself joining us.
Woohoo.
So that's going to be a good
Yay.
time. You do not want to miss that. Sunday, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern Time on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel. All right, Melissa Longo, where can everybody find you and your goodies online?
At walkingartmadebymelissa.com. There is I am working feverishly, well, not feverishly, but on a whole bunch of new stuff that's coming to the store. I am a one-woman show, so it is taking a little bit longer than I would like it to. But I'm talking jewelry, I'm talking new pillows, I'm talking new new shirts,
Yeah.
new shirt designs, and yeah. And on Patreon, I haven't forgotten about you folks who are stuck in the middle of a story that is not finished yet. I am finishing that story.
That's life.
New chapters are coming soon, and the conclusion of Gallery. So if you haven't signed up already, check out the first chapters that have already been released. They're readable and you can read them for $5. Um and oh, here, virtual TrekCon and the seventh rule and on three fat lobsters.
Yeah. What about yourself, Matt? Where can people find you online or in person?
Well, you can find me sometimes lurking in the groups on Facebook, sometimes on Twitter, sometimes on Blue Sky. Check out my art station if you want to look at cool Trek stuff. I actually should put some more stuff up there. It's been a while. But then, yeah, lurking in the live chat, trying to be funny and failing miserably.
No, you're not.
Oh,
Failing.
sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, my brain is a scary place where angels feel to tread sometimes.
You know, when you said lurking in the live chat, it made me think of looking in the live chat, going down, 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 looking in the live chat. Remember that song? You guys don't know that what is it? Working on a coal mine, working in a coal mine, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
Anyway, sorry that you had to see that, Joy, but where can people find you online or in person? You do a lot of beautiful work for the Seventh Rule sorry, not
thank you.
Indiegogo, but
Yes,
Indiegogo
I'm so
too.
kind.
Instagram, will they find you at any conventions like San Francisco coming up?
Probably Las Vegas, STLV. Otherwise, you can find me occasionally here.
Woo!
Quality
Bringing
places.
joy.
I'll try for STSF.
And
Bringing
again,
joy.
everybody, you can see all of her goodies that she does for the Seventh Rule on Instagram. She does some really fun work. And a lot of times,
Thank
whenever
you.
we do extra things like Virtual Trek Con or the Cisco Day, that is her and the Matt Boardman putting together quite the dynamic duo, or as Melissa calls them, the
Mhm.
There
gruesome
we go.
twosome, which I think is messed up, but that's what she says.
I'm gonna call you the
I'm the
gruesome
lurch of the
twosome.
Also, oh, me. Everybody, you can find me on twitter.com at RyanTGHusk. That's at RyanTGHusk. I probably won't interact with you. I'll probably just be liking a bunch of sports things, but that's where I am sometimes. But mostly Virtual Trek Con, the Seventh Rule, and Falling Tower on your favorite social media, but especially right here, primarily on YouTube. Melissa's mouth started to pucker into an F because she's going to say Falling Tower. She went, but then I said it fast enough to save my own skin. That's it for us. Thank you so much to Kathy D, Chuck A, Derek P, Mark Z, Greg K, Joel A, I think, 3DO, he's Human Cyborg Relations. Right, Joshua R, moving on, Dave G, Badger, Linda A, Joy in the live chat, Muhammad N, let's see. Glenn Iverson, thank you so much for hanging out. Bob D, Terry Rose, Fran Iverson. It's been a lot of fun. David Macklin. All right. We will see you next time, everybody. Join us on Friday. Remember, when you want to know all the lowdown, what happened this year, what's going to happen next year, put it on the main viewer. And don't put fruit in your chocolate cake.